So in this question, we are asked to find BKZ. So first thing you want to do is look at the picture and find BKZ. Well, BKZ is over here. BKZ. Now you might want to mark it first so that you know as you go along you know what you're trying to find. Now how do we find BKZ? Well, BKZ is in this four-sided figure, but we don't know any angle properties for a four-sided figure yet because we haven't learned it. So let's look at a different way to find it. Well, if you notice that BKZ is in a straight line with XKL, then we can actually find it. Once we know XKL, we just use 180 minus XKL, and then we'll be able to find BKZ. So notice that BKZ is 180 minus XKL. So let's try to find XKL. Now, what do we know from the question? Well, it says that ABC and XYZ are equilateral. So that's a big hint. That means the angle over here is a 60, this one's a 60, and the other angles are 60. Well, what else do we know? There's a 78 and there's a 105. So you need to use all the angles that is shown in the picture and in the question to actually try to find the other unknown angles first, and hopefully eventually you'll be able to find the angle you're looking for. So in this question we should try to find BYL first. BYL is equal to, since it's in a straight line with 60 and 105, 100, BYL is 180 minus 60 minus 105. 180 minus 60 is 120. 120 minus 105 is 15. So BYL is 15. What's next? Well, BLY is a triangle. BYL is 15. So in this case, we can find BLY since we know 78 and we know 15. So BLY is 180 minus 78 minus 15. 78 and 15 makes 93. 180 minus 93 is 87. So BLY is 87. Now how does that help us? Well, since BLY is 87, the opposite angle will also be 87. XLK is 87 because of opposite angle properties. XLK is 87. Now see, we're getting closer and closer to the angle we're trying to find, which is XKL, which will help us find BKZ. Well, what else do we know? Since this is a triangle, 60, and we got the XLK, which is 87, we can find XKL now. So XKL is equal to 180 minus the 60 minus the 87. 60 and 87 makes 147. So 180 minus 147 is 33. Now the final step is to find the BKZ. BKZ is equal to 180 minus 33, which is 147. And here's the answer for number 1. Okay, let's go to number 2. Now you can pause the video first if you want to try it by yourself. Okay, so we're trying to find MNR and NUP. Now, just like the last one, let's first find where is the angles. in the picture. M and R, here's M and R, M and R. So this is what we're trying to find. And NUP, NUP, so this is the angle we're trying to find. So there are two questions. Okay, let's find M and R first. So what do we know from the question? We know that LMN and PQR are equilateral. So that's a big hint. That means the angle over here is a 60. And the angle over here is a 60. Oh yeah, at first you probably want to notice the question first, M and R. What can we do to find M and R? Well, we can, now that we found that this was 60, we can use the straight line property. M and R is equal to 180 minus the 60 that we just said, 60 and minus 46. 60 and 46 is 106. 180 minus 106 is 74. So that's one of the problems solved. Okay. Next, let's find NUP. So how do you think we'll find NUP? Well, if you notice that NUP is actually similar to the first question, so we can actually use the same method like before, using the straight line property. Since NUP is in a straight line with QUV, all we have to do is just find QUV, and then we'll find NUP. So how can we find QUV? Well, let's try to find the unknown angles, the other unknown angles first, from the questions that from the angles that we already know. At first, here's a 60 because of equilateral, PQR, since it's equilateral, so that's a 60. So let's just try to find QVU. How do we find QVU? Well, let's try to find from this side first. NRV. NRV is in a straight line with 60 and 98. So 180 minus 60 minus 98. This is equal to 1. 60 and 98 is 158. 180 minus 158 is 22. So NRV is 22. What about MNR, this angle? Well, we just found it was 74. So now we can use the triangle property, since if you notice that this is in a triangle, we can now find the third angle that we don't know yet, NVR. NVR is equal to 180 minus the NRV, which is 22, and then minus MNR, which is 74. 74 and 22 makes 96. 180 minus 96, it's 84. Now, how does that help us? Well, NVR is 84, and because it's opposite with QVU, that means QVU is also 84. This works because of opposite angle properties, so we can write QVU is now equal to 84 due to opposite angle. But we have to make sure they're both straight lines crossing each other. So we got QVU, and that actually helps us a lot. Now we got QVU, we got VQU, we can find QUV now. QUV is equal to 180 minus the 60 minus the 84. 60 and 84 is 144, and 180 minus 144 gives us 36. 60 and 84 is 100. Yeah, okay. So QUV is 36, and the final step is to find the angle NUP. and UP is equal to 180 minus 36, which gives us 144. So that's number 1 and 2 done. Feel free to practice the rest of the questions. Thank you.